Hi, everyone. Oh, that was loud. My name is Bianca. I'm a mobile engineer here at Postmates. I've I've been here for about 1.5 years, and in that time, I've worked on the Fleet iOS and Android apps, as well as recently the Buyer iOS app. Prior to Postmates, I used to work at Fandango and Warner Brothers, where I worked on Flickster iOS and Rotten Tomatoes Web. The point I'm trying to make by listing all this historical data is I work with product. I'm not a product manager, in case my product manager is somewhere around here, but I do work with product. A few weeks ago, I was on a panel from the modern product engineer because, like I said, I know product. It's something I've worked on for years. It's something I like to think I'm good at, and it's something that I can talk about. So when I was asked to speak at this event today, I was like, of course I'm going to talk about product engineering, especially product engineering at Postmates. But I guess I'm kind of jumping ahead though. The first thing I should clarify is what is a product engineer? When most of us think of software engineers, we might think of full stack, which by definition is the capability to execute something across the stack. Product engineer, on the other hand, is also about capability, but focus more on the end goal, the product. So, moving on from there. At a lot of companies, especially bigger ones or some with a more corporate culture, the process tends to look like this. The first step, of course, is requirements. The product manager will go to the different teams, collect the requirements, write a doc, and then deliver it out to the team. The next step is design. So you may think of design in terms of software, such as systems design, or you might think of what the end user sees, like UI design. Either way, there's not really any coding done in this phase. The next step is, of course, coding. Coding happens in the development and implementation phase. And then there's testing. Testing can be internal or external, maybe both, maybe some combination, you never know. And then once the product is deemed complete or at least deliverable, then it is delivered out to the end users. And after that, it comes back to the engineers for any bug fixes, but hopefully not. Maybe just more feature additions or improvements. This is all well and good, but you might not be able to tell from this circular shape, but it's more of a waterfall method, meaning it's sequential. It doesn't give you a lot of opportunities to jump back to previous steps or jump ahead to the next step without completing the current one. And it also doesn't provide a lot of opportunities for feedback. At Postmates, we like to think differently. So something that Ali mentioned is getting feedback as you grow your career, but we also like to apply it to this process. As you can see here, on a high level, it looks the same, but there's also that inner loop for a feedback loop. So ideally, with this feedback loop, you'd only want to jump back one step or so, trying to give feedback as early as you can in the process. However, something nice about startup life, or Postmates life, is you have the flexibility to jump around. So you might go requirements, design, development. Oh wait, there's something that needs to change, and jump back to the requirements phase. That's totally fine, I think. Some examples of how to provide feedback at Postmates might be through discussions, it might be through commenting on pull requests or requests for change, or like I mentioned before, requirements if you want to try to grab those changes early. It could also include just improving features and reporting bugs. The nice thing about this feedback loop is between product and engineering specifically, there is ideally agreement between the feedback that you want to provide, but sometimes there's disagreement, and that's totally okay. That disagreement provides healthy tension between the product and engineers, which in the long run can make the team more effective and more productive. At Postmates, the product teams are fairly small, so how we deal with that healthy tension can actually make a really big impact on the team and on the company. The last change I made here was measuring outcomes. So delivering a product is all well and good. We believe in it, we think it's cool, but what do the users think? It's really important to measure the outcome to be able to plan for the future and iterate on it. Again, speaking to the previous speakers. Oh, that was it. Okay. Sorry, back for a moment. So I asked you again, what is a product engineer? Earlier, I just defined it as the capability to deliver an end product. However, now I'd like to clarify that not only is it the ability to deliver an end product, it's also the contributions to be involved in the conversation that help shape that product. Okay, so before I go, one last thing I'd like to mention is open source. Contributing to open source can be done in two ways. You can either start a project yourself and open it up to the community, or you can contribute to an existing project. There are so many benefits to contributing to open source, but among them, of course, is gaining experience. You can deepen your understanding of a technology, you can gain morale, and you can improve your reputation in the tech community, or build a reputation in the tech community. Luckily, at Postmates, we have or have had software engineers and other contributors who do that. And some of them have since started their own projects, which I have a link to here. So I do encourage you all to check it out. Maybe contribute on your own. No pressure either way. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.